Hi everyone, I just wanted to share this review with you really quick about our final project as we begin to start to work on that in the course. I just wanted to kind of outline for you along with reading your final project review and rubrics and guidelines that's provided in your course information, a little bit more detailed on what the final project is in this course, and what's expected and what's due and when it's due. So again, please make sure to review all your rubrics and guidelines for your final project. Within that, I just want to quickly go over what the final project for this course is. The final project in this course is a justification paper and a presentation. There are two elements that you're going to present that answer the question, does media reflect culture or does it create culture? So pretty much let's break it down. Part one. The first part of your project is a justification paper that we work on throughout the course. We start in Module 2 and we will complete this part of the project in Module 5. Every week we will compile different elements of your project step by step. So again, this is a review, but every week within the announcements, I'm going to break down each element in each section thoroughly so that as we begin to work on something, if you have any questions, we can approach it as we're working on it. But just to give you a quick overview, the paper itself will contain a brief justification of your thesis, a list of scholarly resources, and an outline that will justify the planned content of your presentation. So pretty much think of part one as the gathering phase of your project. This is all the research that you will do and all the support you will provide on your topic. So you're going to build your topic, and this is where you provide pretty much all the written elements and support you need to provide before submitting part two, which is going to be your presentation. So in part two, you are going to create a presentation, and the presentation is just a reflection of all the support and elements that you provided in part one. So again, we work on your final project each week, building on all the elements that you will provide. To break it down for you a little further, I'll discuss briefly your topic selection, resources, what the outline is, and then I won't get into detail about the presentation just yet because we're so early on in the course, but as we get closer to the presentation, I'll provide more information about that. Topic selection, choosing your topic. So pretty much the topic that you select should answer, the topic that you select, is going to examine the question, does media reflect culture or does it create culture? To break it down a little further, you're first going to select a media category from the three categories that I've provided here. There's only three: new media, residual media, and legacy media. From the category that you select, you would then select a media channel. Now there's more than three, but just for an example, I only provided three here. So if you were to choose new media, you would select social media. If you were to choose residual media, a channel within that category would be radio. So through the lens of the media channel that you select, you will summarize how you believe this topic both reflects culture and creates culture. To give you an example, if you were to, let's say you decided to select new media as the topic of your paper. New media can be internet-based tools like social media or apps. So let's say you decided to focus on online dating. Your paper could investigate how online dating, a form of social media that falls under new media, reflects our culture and society, and how it has also created a culture around itself. If you take a look within the other categories like legacy media or residual media, these are just some examples to get you started on how to compile your paper. So again, you're open to choose any category that you want within these 3 channels, but this is just an example to kind of get you started and get you on your way. So your topic selection is due in Module 2, and you're going to post that on the discussion board, and it's going to discuss how the channel that you selected reflects culture and creates culture. Within your justification paper, you are also going to focus a little bit more on that topic, and you're going to develop that content to also include a thesis statement that you will focus on, and it will kind of give direction to your presentation. So as we move along, another part of your project is going to be resources. It's very important, as we know, to support your work, and you're going to do that for this project through your research and your resources that you provide. So after you've selected your topic, you should start to gather supporting resources for your final project. Again, you just want to be sure that your resources are relative to your topic. You want to provide support resources. You can provide a mix of both popular and scholarly resources to support your topic here. You just shouldn't have more of one or the other. You should have a good mix of both. You must include at least 5 resources. You're okay to include more if you like, but you must include at least 5, and they must be correctly formatted in APA style. As we move forward, I will give more examples for APA formatting and citations as we approach this part of the project, but for the review, I just wanted to touch base on that to let you know that in Module 4, we'll begin to work on our resources, which will be a list. You'll provide a list of resources. Go here and give you an example. Pretty much this is what your list is going to look like when you provide it. The first list you'll provide will just be a list of the resources that you've selected. Again, it's going to be at least 5. I'm only showing 3 here, but it'll be at least 5, and it should be listed in APA formatting, and you're going to submit that first. And then after submitting that, another assignment that we're going to work on regarding the resources is going to go a little bit more in depth, and you're going to provide more information about the resources that you selected. But again, as we get to that assignment, I'll go into that more with you. Along with your resources, another support that you're going to provide is geared more so toward your presentation, but there is an assignment that is going to be graphs and visuals. You're going to gather graphs and visuals, again, that support your topic selection, and these are going to be graphs and visuals that you will include within your presentation. But again, I'll go further into that assignment as we approach it, but I just wanted to let you know when you see that, that's what it is. And it's more so not for your justification paper, but it's just to get you prepared about the elements that you will provide within your presentation. Your outline. Part of your justification paper that you submit in Module 5 will include an outline. I wanted to touch base on this because in a previous course it can get kind of confusing, because there is a justification paper, and within the justification paper there is a section that is called justification. Once you look at the rubric, you'll see that it's 3 sections that you will submit within your justification paper. There's the topic section, which we went over. There's the resource section that we went over, and I'm going over your outline with you now. But it says justification, and I want you to know that when you submit this justification paper, that only section 3 of your justification paper is what you're submitting as an outline. And your outline is a section that you will provide within the paper that justifies the planned content of your presentation. So pretty much a quick breakdown of how your justification, part 1 of your final project, will be. In part 1, you're going to support your topic selection and discuss how that selection that you've made reflects culture and creates culture. You're going to do that in depth. And then in part 2, you will focus on your resources. And then part 3, you're going to focus on the outline from pretty much all the information you've gathered within your justification paper. Now you're going to go slide by slide, introduction slide. What are we going to see in your introduction? The content of your presentation, the conclusion of your presentation, and then your resources that you provide in your presentation. So your outline is a step-by-step slide outline of what your presentation would look like. Again, I'll go more in detail with you with that, but I just wanted to let you know that where you see justification in your guidelines and rubrics, section 3 justification, your whole paper is not an outline, but that section will be submitted as an outline. It gets confusing, I know, and probably me talking about it may be confusing you more, but I will break this down for you when we approach this assignment. So pretty much in a nutshell, to wrap up part 1 of your final project paper, in module 2 you are going to present your topic selection. In module 3, your graphs and visuals are turned in, as well as your resource list. Module 4, we're going to work on that analysis worksheet, and that is a worksheet that goes more in detail of that resource list. And then part 5, the final submission for part 1 is due, and that's your justification, your 3 sections, your topic, your resources, and your outline for your presentation. So again, this is just a review of what the final project is, and as we go and get closer to each assignment, I'll always post a detailed announcement. Thanks, you guys.